Hello, algebra students. So this is 8-1, and we're going to talk about polynomials. And in this section, you're going to learn the definition of a polynomial. You're going to learn how to classify it. You're going to be able to put it in standard form, and you're going to add and subtract. So what is a polynomial? A polynomial is simply an expression consisting of many terms. How would we classify a polynomial in standard form? Well, a polynomial in standard form must be written in alphabetical order with the highest exponent first. So an exponent is often called a degree. And this is important to familiarize yourself with because we're going to be using that term quite a bit. So anytime we're talking about an exponent, x cubed or x squared, we're going to be talking about degree. And in our example problem, 2x cubed plus 5x squared minus 4x plus 7, the highest degree is x cubed. All right, so let's talk about classifying polynomials. So if we're classifying polynomials, we're going to classify them by their degree and then by the number of terms. So let's look at example 1. And example 1 has a degree of 0, so we're going to call it a constant. And the number of terms in 6 is 1, so it's going to be a monomial. 6 is a constant monomial. What about 2? Negative 2x. The highest degree in x is 1, so it's linear. And we're going to classify that by number of terms. In negative 2x, there's one term, so it's a monomial. Negative 2x is a linear monomial. What about 3? 7x plus 1. 7x, again, has a degree of 1, so it's linear. And it has two terms, 7x and 1. So we're going to call it a binomial. 3 is a linear binomial. We'll do one more. 4 is x cubed plus 2x minus 5. The highest degree, or the term with the highest degree, is x cubed. And if we look at our chart, we're going to call it a cubic. How many terms do we have? I see 3. X cubed plus 2x and minus 5. So since there's 3 terms, we're going to call it a trinomial. So x cubed plus 2x minus 5 is a cubic trinomial. Let's move on to writing the polynomials in standard form. Remember, to write a polynomial in standard form, it has to be in alphabetical order with the highest exponent first. So for this example, 3x plus 1 plus 2x squared, I would say 2x, and I'm going to use a little caret here, squared is my highest term with the highest exponent, plus 3x, and then plus 1. My constant always is going to be last. Anytime I'm writing a polynomial, make sure you write your constant last. So that is now written in standard form. Let's do one that's a little bit more complicated. We go down to 11. We have 2ab plus a squared plus 5a squared times b squared minus 2b cubed. So this one's a little tricky because not only do we have to put it in alphabetical order, but we have to put the highest exponent first. I would put a cubed, and again I'm going to use my little caret for my exponent first. Next, in alphabetical order with highest exponents, I'm going to put 5a squared B squared is my second term because A comes before B and it has the higher exponent of 2. Next, I'm going to do 2AB, and then I'm going to do negative 2B cubed as my final term. So that's how to write in standard form. If we look on to your next sheet, we have 2 examples here, which I'm going to talk about. And we're adding and subtracting polynomials here. Example 1 is adding 2 different polynomials, 18x minus 2x squared plus 15 plus 13x squared minus 10 minus 8x. So these aren't in standard form. When we're adding or subtracting polynomials, we have to combine like terms. So let's start with negative 2x squared, because we know that's our term with the highest degree, plus 3x squared. If we combine those like terms, we're going to be left with x squared. Okay? Then let's do 18x plus negative 8x. If I combine those, I'm going to be left with 10x. Then 15 plus negative 10 is going to give me positive 5. So that's in standard form. The term with the highest exponent is first. All right, so let's look at example 2. Here we're subtracting polynomials. So this is a little bit different. 6x squared plus 7x minus 10x plus 13x squared plus 2. So again, we want to combine like terms. 6x squared minus 3x squared is going to give us 3x squared. 7x minus 10x is going to give us negative 3x. And then we can't do anything with 2. So we're just, because this is minus 2, we're going to say minus 2. So that's example 2 in standard form. Okay, for the rest, fill out the rest of this worksheet and include it in your portfolio. Thank you very much, guys.